Brooklyn at ICN Studios in Brooklyn. I'm Jana Jefferson, and this is And Friends with Jana Jefferson. Every other week, me and a new guest host each time are going to discuss the latest in pop culture, the industry, life, and more. And today's guest is none other than Dan English. How are you today?
I am doing great. Thank you guys so much for having me out here.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're here. Long time no see.
Seriously.
Listen to this, listeners. Dan and I grew up together. We were, well, not grew up. We met in middle school. We were in the same high school. Go Rockets. And
that is a blast
Rockets.
from the past. Holy crap.
Go Rockets. Have you been to our old stomping ground since graduation?
Yeah, I have. I mean, my little sister was there for a while.
I think our sister's in the same grade.
4 years younger? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
So before every episode officially begins, I don't know if you remember, but I love Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we do a Beyonce mood of the day. So you can use like a lyric, a song, title, whatever to describe how you're feeling today. So what would you say your Beyonce mood of the day is today?
Wow. What is the Jack White song on Lemonade?
Don't hurt yourself.
That is my favorite song.
Yeah.
The one that they collabed on.
It was so well done.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I was watching Lemonade, and I'm like, is that Jack White?
I had the same reaction.
It just works so perfectly together, and how she, like, works so... She's so good.
I know.
And that's why I love her.
Good.
How is my Beyonce mood of the day today? I really don't know. I don't know if I have one. I feel like all of my Beyonce mood of the days are usually, like, really stress-related.
Yeah.
So... I don't know.
Last song you listened to by her?
The last song I listened to by Beyonce?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I could just pull up my iPod and see. I think it was Sweet Dreams.
Okay.
I think it just, like, popped up on the shuffle. And I'm like, well, this is what's happening.
There you go.
Okay, listeners, remember, I've created a Spotify playlist for the Beyonce Mood of the Day. So you search Spotify, Beyonce Mood of the Day, and follow it. Please. Each song mentioned by myself and my friends to start off the show have been and will be added to the playlist after each episode. You can stay up to date on your Beyonce discography, because you never know when she's going to drop something.
Never know.
It could be today. It could be tomorrow.
Never know.
It's going to happen. So the first section of the show is called Talk of the Town. It's just talking about, like, something that's happened in the world. And we only have time for, like, one story, but it's a pretty big story anyway. Fergie fucked up the national anthem, and we need to discuss it.
I think I saw that on. I saw
God.
a video on social media, and I was laughing hysterically. But I did not know that was Fergie.
Really?
No, I did not know.
No.
And I love Fergie, so I'm like, damn, I love her. I feel bad.
It's the thing,
that must really suck.
I had it recorded the NBA All-Star game, so I started a little bit late. So my sister was texting me, and she's like, "Oh, just letting you know, Fergie can't sing the national anthem." I'm like, oh, okay, I'll get there in a second, because I had to sit through Kevin Hart's terrible intros. So when I got to the Fergie part, I was like, oh. Because Fergie's, like, really extra anyway.
She is.
So this was, like, it was not very surprising that she tried to, like, zhuzh it up. But at the same time, it's like, Fergie.
What part did she screw up? Which?
She just, like, didn't sing it well at all.
Okay.
Like, she, like, made it very jazzy, and it sounded like... She sounded like a drunken bar singer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so she was just like, what did she say?
Fergie.
Banner, wave. And I'm like, what? It was just like, banner. I was banner. That was it.
The video that I saw was, of course, it was World Star.
Yes!
And it was just like all the players, just
Yes!
their reactions
Oh my
to the song. And
God.
it's priceless.
Yeah,
I was in
Draymond
stitches.
Green was like cracking up. LeBron tried to keep it together, but couldn't. Steph Curry was dying.
He was dying.
And then they showed, like, the audience, like, Chance the Rapper was there. He was dying.
Yep.
Jimmy Kimmel was just like,
Yep.
wow, this is wild. Jimmy Kimmel cracks me up.
He does.
But it was rough. It was really bad. But there's been a lot of really bad, like, anthems recently.
Yeah.
Like, I remember.
I guess it's the pressure.
I think it might be the pressure.
I've never sang the anthem at any event, so I shouldn't be shit talking. But I'd feel the pressure.
I feel like,
but you got to get that right.
Exactly. It's like
come on.
I feel like when you're trying so hard to, like, zhuzh it up and make it your own, you forget, like, that it's still like not sacred. It's like lost its luster, but it's not like it's like an important song to a bunch of people. Not I, said the cat, but like I don't really care about the anthem. But I know what I want to hear in my anthems, and it's not that.
Definitely.
She sounded so like groggy. She's just extra. She's just very extra.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it now.
It was
because I only saw the World Star video.
She just like she's very. And here's the thing: like when Fergie has songs in her range, she sounds fine, and when she's doing like her sing talking like Fergalicious, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But you're not a jazz singer, so why would you try to do a jazz rendition of the Star Spangled Banner? That doesn't make any sense. It sounds stupid.
It's a bad setup.
It's like she set herself up to fail, and like the people around her weren't like, "Hey, girl, maybe you should like not do this. Maybe do a different approach." Like no one told her.
She had to have been in rehearsals with people.
Exactly,
and
like,
no one was
people were like,
so
we were giving it some thought, and
maybe don't do that.
Maybe not. Not this time.
Do less.
Oh my God.
Sometimes you just gotta do less.
Yeah, and they gotta tell Fergie more often to do less, because that girl does the most.
She does a lot.
A lot.
She does a lot.
She does a lot. Man, I do love Fergie though, and I wish her the best. Yeah. She finally, like, she apologized. She was like, I guess this wasn't the intended note I wanted to strike. I'm like, it wasn't several intended notes that you didn't want to strike, but you
we have a whole list of unintended notes.
It was pretty rough. It was rough. Who are some of your favorite like national anthems?
Oh, Christina Aguilera has killed it, I think. Or has she screwed it up?
She was the one that sang it wrong.
Yup, she was. Just kidding.
She messed up the words on the.
She was one of my favorite fails.
Oh, okay.
maybe that's what I was thinking. Damn, I don't know. I gotta think about that.
I feel like Whitney Houston's like the only one that really matters.
She's amazing.
Do you know that she lip synced that?
No, and
I'm sorry to ruin your day.
Oh my God, the world just crashed around me.
I mean, she like technically sang it. It just had some bells and whistles attached to it.
Yeah, that's. Oh, God.
I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. I thought it was common knowledge.
Probably was. I don't know. I didn't know that. It's okay, Jana. It's okay. I'll forgive you.
Awesome. So since we only had time for that one, that's still like a very important topic to talk about. We're going to get to our questions with the guest. So tell the audience at home a little bit about why you're here tonight.
So I'm here to talk about acting and some projects. Acting. So yeah, I've been an actor since
high school.
I started doing it in high school.
Hey, Dan English was the lead in like every. No. Were you in 8? You were in like all. Were you in all 8 plays, or was Aiden in all 8 plays?
Aiden was in
Shout
all
out
8
to
plays.
Aiden Fulton.
Shout out! Oh my God, he's gonna lose it.
Oh my God, I love Aiden.
He's gonna lose it when I tell him that we gave him a shout out.
Oh
He's
my
gonna.
God, I love Aiden so
go
much.
berserk.
But continue.
But yeah, I started doing it in high school, and it was totally something that I thought was gonna be like a big joke. Like I was in a drama class, and our drama teacher in high school.
Were we in the same drama class?
We probably were.
Second period, freshman year.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I remember that so well.
I don't either. I don't.
And I don't remember freshman year at all.
I
feel like my memories of high school began like junior year, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
like, I don't remember the first 2 years of my life.
I never intended to be a theater kid. That was like I took drama because it's supposed to be easy, and you know I got involved in the shows late because I didn't do it freshman year. I did it starting sophomore year, and you know I wasn't really taking it seriously. It was something to do. Some friends of ours were doing it. People who are now my best friends of all time, and now it's something that I'm actively pursuing professionally and in school for. And, you know, sometimes you even get paid to do it, which is crazy.
And that's like even just makes the tea sweeter.
It's
really does.
It makes my mind spin. But yeah, so I've been doing that for a while now. And, you know, always working on a couple different things. But I'm in school now. I'm studying the Meisner technique, which is... I was
just about to ask you, like, what technique you usually use in acting, because there's several.
Right, exactly. So, historically speaking, I was just kind of doing my own thing. I was just...
This is how I
was like, this is what I need to arrive at, and I'm going to try a bunch of things until it happens. And you know, that sometimes was a process that was a little more dangerous than I thought. And so now I'm in school and we're studying a very, very intense but well thought out and perfected technique.
Awesome.
The Meisner technique. Sandy Meisner was one of the current contemporary acting teachers of this time. He put a lot of the best actors on the map.
Like who?
He was part of a group of people who essentially invented contemporary modern acting. Him, Stella Adler.
I know about Stella Adler.
Uta Hagen. These are a couple,
fun.
and they're all teachers that are kind of along the same line of thinking, but they have different schools of thought. And I mean, Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, De Niro. Like, I mean,
Robert De Niro is a international treasure.
Oh, totally.
Man, he's so talented.
I've actually seen him do talks live, and he is very stone-faced for someone who, you've seen play, 100 different characters. And, when you see him as Robert De Niro, it's like, what? That's it.
That's how he is?
But, I mean, he's awesome.
So for you, what is easier, comedic acting or dramatic acting?
Oh, wow. I mean, that's a hard question. I'd say they're pretty equal. I think one of the things that's really interesting about that question is that something that you can learn from pretty much any Shakespeare comedy or tragedy is that every comedy has tragedy in it, and every tragedy has comedy in it. I recently saw probably one of the best performances of Hamlet ever, and I was thankful enough to be in the actual room where it was happening, and there were so many funny scenes in Hamlet, the greatest tragedy. Well, Macbeth, the Scottish play, but it was truly incredible, and there were so many funny moments, but it was Hamlet. It was a tragedy. So,
in terms of emotional complexity, what would you say has been your most challenging role to date?
Wow. So it's another hard question to answer. I'm being difficult, but so there was I've had a lot of roles as kind of along my career of being, kind of familiar with the technique and how to be an actor and, kind of just doing whatever. And then for, more recently, I've gotten to play roles where I think I'm a little bit more comfortable in deciphering what, the emotional problem is. But it was pretty challenging to play Judas.
Okay. I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
That was right after high school.
I think that was the summer before college.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
I remember me and my friends went. It was like in that little cute little church.
Yes, it was.
And it's like a hard, like, if you guys don't know, we're talking about Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah. It's going to be on live television soon.
Yeah,
John Legend is playing Jesus.
I don't know how I feel about that because I don't
really?
know. I don't know
stoked.
if John Legend can hit the notes.
Oh, I think he can. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't put him in the role if he couldn't, but
we'll see.
I mean,
I'm a little nervous.
and they're going to change it for him.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They're going to change
They
it.
usually do.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, when you saw me play that part, those were not the notes that were written. I promise you, Jana, they were not. But
that was not my note.
But I mean, going back to what you were saying, playing the ultimate betrayer that's a trip. And that was definitely at a time where I was like, really wanted to get more serious about it. So, I admittedly don't read the Bible, and I kept a Bible with me because I was reading,
Method acting.
I was reading a method. Sorry to be the particular one.
Okay.
But I was keeping a Bible with me, and I think I learned a lot about myself. I learned about a lot about just a story, one of the greatest stories ever told, which is, the story of Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. That superstar.
Great guy.
So is there a type of role that you've always wanted to play but haven't gotten the opportunity to do yet?
That's a great question. All your questions are great. Jana, you're just really killing it.
Come on, Rider University journalism classes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to play because I'm also a musician. I think, that before I even got into acting, I was very serious about music and, still am less so. But I would love to have a role given to me that challenged me in a way that was both musical, instrumental, and I would have to play guitar or piano or bass or something like that. And, have a complex character and circumstance to sort out. That would be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
You still play the guitar?
I do.
Okay, good.
I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Never give that up because you were good at it.
Oh, thanks, Jana.
Look at it. Bring that
She's so
old
sweet.
memories. So you're the lead in a developing off-Broadway play. I know there's not much you can share, but like, what's the genre? What are you hoping the audience will get out of it?
So it is, I would say it's a serio comedy. It's a dramatic play with very, very comedic moments, somewhere in the middle of a comedy and a serious drama. And I am playing one of America's favorite authors.
Dr. Seuss?
No, I'm playing.
I was gonna say, like, I kind of hope it's that, like a very dark twist on like the Cat in the Hat.
That's a cool idea, and you should write that down right
pretty damn
now.
Awesome.
That would be cool. Whoa. Are we going to have an offline conversation about this
I
after
think
the
we
show?
need to talk about this idea. And we need to see if we can recruit like a very dark... Can you imagine the Cat
I'm going to call
in the
Aiden
Hat?
right after.
Oh my God, the Cat in
I'm
the
gonna
Hat
make him
on Broadway. Like a twisted, dark... Oh man, that would be something.
We should get the rights
we gotta
for that.
get this going.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Let's put like the copyright C on that right now.
That's all I can think about right now. But yeah, definitely we're going to talk about that later. But it's a play about... It's actually about more than one writer and their friendship, and it goes through a very interesting relationship between the two of them, and there's a couple different wrenches along the road. It is in development still, so I wish I could say more about it, but I can't. It is historical fiction. Is the way I would describe it, historical fiction. And I'm really excited about it.
Awesome.
I'm really excited about it. It's going to be, at a nice off-Broadway theater that I've done some work at before. And I'll make sure you guys all know about it.
Is this, like, I know there's off-Broadway and then there's, like, off-Broadway.
Yeah.
What is the difference?
So that's
because I have no idea.
That's something that I recently learned. So off-Broadway is, random black box theaters that are in a big building. There's a certain amount of accreditation that has to be involved in the theater that you're considering an off-Broadway house. So, I mean, if you went online, you could Google a list of off-Broadway houses, and that will come up. And the theater it's the Players Theater. It's on McDougal Street, right by NYU and Washington Square Park. The Players Theater is an off-Broadway house.
Okay.
So there's off-Broadway, which is like...
So off-Broadway is like... Have you seen La La Land?
Yes, I have.
It's like her little, like, random, like, theater in the corner. Like when she has her little one-woman show.
That would be off.
That's like off. Okay.
I think that in New York City, what you would consider off is something that's along those lines. And off-Broadway is more of, you still feel like you're sitting in a theater, but it's not. It's not the Richard Rodgers Theater.
Like Stomp. That's off-Broadway.
Correct.
And what else was off-Broadway that I've seen?
Avenue Q has been off-Broadway
Okay,
for
I have been
years.
trying to see Avenue Q since I was 11 years old.
You can get tickets.
I know. I'm just so cheap.
You can get good tickets to that for like $20 a pop.
Oh my God, where?
I still haven't seen it off-Broadway, and I played Trekkie at Rutgers.
Oh my God, I've been wanting to see that, and I remember my mom was like, "No," because there's like puppets having sex.
We're doing it.
But there's so funny.
There is puppet sex, and that's probably one of the best scenes. It's freaking hilarious.
I really wish I could have seen it like so long ago, but let's go see it.
Totally.
Like,
I'm down.
You free?
Down as a clown.
Later.
I'm always free for theater.
Let's go see Avenue Q.
Theater with friends.
Yes. That's going to be the name of the episode.
Theater with friends.
Theater with friends. I love it. So, what's your ultimate goal as an actor?
My ultimate goal as an actor. It's funny because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you want to be an actor? Well, remember us when you're rich and famous, and take us to ritzy parties when that all happens." I don't have any interest in being famous or having a lot of money. I think success, for me, what success looks like is being able to make a comfortable living by doing that. You know what I mean? Which is it seems so simple, but it's a jungle out there.
It
so
is.
Being able to make a living comfortably, and I'm setting a very specific goal for myself, which is Be able to take care of a family one day if I ever have one, and provide for myself. And I know what I like to have, and to be able to do that by pursuing my art and being truthful and telling stories, that's just a dream come true.
Yeah. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And then you also, oh my gosh. Okay, so you do a lot. You do a lot.
I'm a busy guy. I do a lot of things.
Yeah, so like before we were talking, you said that you like get your bread by being, what are you?
I'm an advertising consultant. Mm-hmm. So that's just a fancy way of saying I help people sell advertising campaigns to other people.
Oh, that's cool.
So I help advertising campaigns come into fruition.
Okay.
And yeah.
That's what I was thinking about this earlier, how like there's the things that you love to do, and then there's like a way that you get money.
100%.
Because some of the like granted, a lot of people have found success like doing what they love and being entrepreneurs and doing all that, but for some of us it's not always attainable. Like I love to dance, you know that.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have ever been a dancer, like just a dancer. And there's so many people I've met like in classes and like on auditions and stuff, that's all they do. And I'm like, all right, like have fun,
sleep, eat, and breathe it.
That's crazy to me, but it's beautiful at the same time, because it's like people would sacrifice so much to do what they love if they have like such a passion, and if they have just like they just know that they can do something with it.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know. I got stiff legs and I'm lazy. So I knew I was
You're not lazy.
I have become lazy in my age. Like 2-3 years ago, like when I was fresh out of college, I went on like auditions and I did this and I did that. And then like I just got so into my writing. I'm like, dance classes, like those can wait. And then it, like the load of dance classes that I had taken went from like several a month to like maybe 2 a year. Yeah. Like I just like lazy in that sense. Like totally. It's not where my heart is anymore.
Oh, absolutely. I feel similarly, to the way I used to pursue being a bassist or a guitarist in a band. And now, when I play music, it's for me in my room.
My friend and I are going to go to like a dance class in a couple of days, and I'm just like, I don't care to feel like the best dancer anymore.
You just want to do it because it makes you happy.
It does.
It releases something in you that has to be released. And that's beautiful. And that's
lots of sweat.
Yeah.
That's usually what it is.
Hey, doesn't that have to be released?
It's got to be done.
I sweat a lot this week, and I feel awesome today. So.
What did you do?
I went to a rave, and I danced a lot. But I'm not a good dancer. I just look like a weirdo.
I imagine.
I look like a freak. But it was so much fun.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So how do you like juggle all your jobs? Do you sleep?
No.
Okay.
No, I sleep sometimes. I could probably use some more sleep, to be honest with you. But it's just focusing on what the priority is in the moment and making sure everything gets done. And something that I've learned the hard way is, I've always been a yes man. Of course, yes, this, that, and the other thing. They can all, yes, of course. But you can't. If you want to be serious about anything, my opinion is you got to pick your battles.
Yep, that's something I am slowly starting to learn, because you're gonna overwhelm yourself. You're gonna just like, I feel like you're gonna. Oh, it's so easy to burn out in these streets.
So easy.
It's so simple.
And kind of. What we were talking about before we started, this is such a city of people who do this, that, and the other thing, and like everyone's three things. And actually, a great friend of mine, it has a podcast called 5 to 9, and it's about everything.
Is that Shanna's Bay?
Yes.
Okay, she was telling me about that.
Yeah, he's my big in my fraternity back in the day when we were in school.
Look, 6 degrees of separation.
I totally set them up.
Oh, look at that.
Well, kind of. But yeah, he started this podcast, and it's awesome. Give it a listen. It's really cool, and it's just interesting because he interviews people who have all these cool projects that are amazing, and they happen not from 9 to 5, but from 5 to 9.
Ugh,
like what time is it right now, Jana? It's 7:27, and we're still going because that's what we do. So I mean, sometimes I don't get everything done, and a lot of my favorite entrepreneurs I was just listening to something that Garvey Vaynerchuk.
That is a name.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
That is a name.
Yeah, he started VaynerMedia, which is an awesome ad agency that is just growing and growing and doing more and more cool shit. And one of the greatest things that I was listening to, and I don't like to listen to him that much, but he was saying, sometimes it's okay. You didn't get that done. It didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out. Best thing you could do is acknowledge it and then just let it go.
What I notice is that when I want to get a lot of stuff done, like I have a humongous planner. I left it at the office because it's so bulky and I don't even want to carry it. But I notice that like when I write things down, I get as much as I can done until like I feel like my personal locomotive runs out of steam, and I can always tell I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, I cannot do that today,
and it's okay.
And I've done
unless
enough.
There's things that it's not okay, but then you wouldn't let that happen because you would people prioritize things. So it's definitely a long journey of learning that, and
Absolutely.
I'm still on the journey of learning that, and I don't think I'll ever stop. So
you're such a good talker, Dan.
What? No.
So
get out of here.
What are some of the tips you can offer aspiring actors?
Wow.
Because it is a hard world.
I'm still looking for tips, so send them my way. But I guess for people who were, in a position that I was in, you got to stay hungry. You got, sometimes you can't let your ego get in the way of, parts that you're offered or jobs that you're offered. Because, being in high school drama club, being in university theater, as you work up in the tiers of something like this, you got to learn to be humble. And, okay, you know what? I'm in the ensemble, but this is an awesome show. So I'm going to take this seriously
the best that I can
and go
in this ensemble.
hard
Yeah.
and make it better. And one of the best experiences I've ever had in a show was as an ensemble member. It was incredible. It was one of my favorite pieces of theater. But also, I think it's really important to do the work. So, a lot of people are like, oh, acting, what kind of work is there to do? You either have it or you don't. That's, in my opinion, false. And I'm learning that now because I didn't study acting in college. I didn't, it was something I did in co-curricularly in high school. But now I'm in a school that is teaching me a very, very specific process and method. And it's blowing my mind every single day. So I think you got to do the work. And now I'm realizing I've been so fortunate to have done what I've done even before going to this school, which wasn't that much. But now this school is going to give me the tools that I need to take it to the next level.
What are you studying?
Well, shout out to the William Esper Studio.
Shout out
to the William Esper Studio. It's a fantastic establishment. It's been around since the 60s, and it has put out some of the most raw and incredible talent. Sam Rockwell just won a lot of awards for 3 billboards outside
Oh my gosh.
of Ebbing.
Okay. Have you seen any of the Oscars movies?
I've seen almost all of them, and I'm making it a point this year to make sure I see. I think I still have to see Call Me by Your Name and Shape of Water.
I heard that Shape of Water is like very hard to actually find. Like they're not showing them very many places.
Really?
So I
a
read something like that today. It was like it's the best movie you can't see. I'm like,
damn,
interesting.
That sucks.
I've only seen 2 of them. I'm kind of embarrassed.
Which ones?
I saw obviously Get Out because it was just like, duh.
It's so good.
I saw that alone.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to go to movies alone.
I go to the movies
though.
all the time alone. I went to the movies last week alone. I saw Black Panther by myself.
I want to see. I hear it's awesome.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Don't.
But it's beautiful.
Okay.
It's like just beautiful to look at.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
And then I saw I, Tonya by myself. I see most movies by myself.
We don't live that far from each other. Next time you go to movies,
okay, here's the thing. Technically, okay. So I was like everybody. I was just hired full time by my office like 2 weeks ago. So my family, my dad's childhood home is in Brooklyn. So they still like my uncle still lives there. They've zhuzhed it up, even though like my grandparents are gone. And there's like a whole bottom floor. They're like, hey, there's a room here for you. When you get that full-time job, just let us know. We'll get you a cute little futon. You dress it up how you need to, and you live here. So 5 days a week I live in Brooklyn, and on the weekends I go back to my little home in Jersey, make sure that everything is running. And I think within the next maybe year and a half, when does my sister graduate? Next year. Oh God. So by hopefully next year I'll be in New York all the time, like full time to live with my own like little place.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm
So
down
I
the
don't have to
street.
see movies by myself anymore.
Yes.
But I do like the feeling of sitting alone and just like not. I don't know. All my friends have little quirks when I see movies with them. I think the biggest quirk out of them is just like when you're watching and they're like, "Did you think that was funny?" I did, and I'm like, I don't want you to talk to me.
Hell no, that would not fly.
I'm like,
Ask
I
my
don't want you to
roommates,
talk to me.
Whenever we're watching something like, in a group in my living room, if I miss anything, I'm like, we gotta rewind.
This is why I stopped.
I can't miss that.
I stopped watching like award shows with people. I'm like, I can only watch things alone now. I've become like a curmudgeon in a sense.
I'm the same way.
Like
Don't even
watching
worry about
things. I'm like, everyone just stop. Like just don't speak. Just shut up.
Yep.
But what's been your favorite like Oscar movie?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I Tonya
You know
was
what?
fire though.
I Tonya was fire.
Allison Janney is a treasure. She's
I
always
mean,
been a treasure. Like
the
I don't
chemistry-
think I've ever seen anything that I didn't like Allison Janney in.
She's incredible. She's a
such
force.
a good
She's
actress.
truly a force to be reckoned with. And the chemistry between her and Margot
Margot,
Robbie was beautiful.
So good.
And
So
that
well
was
done.
truly an incredible piece. But Three Billboards, I think I'm gonna have to say, is my favorite one right now.
All right.
And I'm not biased.
I'm not vile.
No, I truly think like that movie. It made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me feel so many raw emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I left that theater and I was just like, this is why I do what I do.
Nice.
And like that's just it. It was amazing.
I guess I have to
Incredible.
see that. If it wins, I definitely have to see it.
Please do. You'll,
Because I usually like make a point to see the Oscar-winning films.
of course. I recently just got around to seeing Moonlight.
Ah!
And
heart!
my god.
Oh, that movie gutted me.
It's so
I did not see that by
good.
myself. I saw it with someone in the theater.
Yeah.
And it was so beautiful.
I've been like thinking about that movie for so long, trying to figure out where I was going to see it. Turns out my roommate has it on DVD, and it's just been sitting in my apartment, and I could have watched it
wow, thanks
months ago
for telling me.
But yeah, so I saw that, and wow, it was
so beautifully done.
beautiful.
Man. I
So,
love that movie
but
so
my vote's for Three Billboards.
All right.
Official on the record.
Okay.
Whoosh.
We've said it.
Put it in the docket.
It's happening.
Close the envelope. But yeah, I think everyone should see that movie. And a lot of people, like, I had a conversation with someone who was like, I don't like it. I think it's colorblind. And I was like, oh, and that was before I saw it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to check it out and I'll let you know. And I just, I disagree. I think it's
Different
great.
strokes for different folks.
Holy. Yeah.
Trying to think.
Totally.
I don't know. I don't have a desire to see Call Me by Your Name. I don't know why. I feel like it's just like we've seen that kind of movie before.
Yeah. I have
And that's
less of
why
a
I
desire
probably
to,
don't want to see it.
But I'm definitely going to try to see it.
That kid is a little cutie though.
He is. He blew up like in a second.
And he's
I'm
like
sure he's also in Lady Bird too.
Okay, that's what I need to see.
Lady
Bird
okay.
I need to see.
Can I I'm not trying to
Go right ahead.
pop your bubble.
Oh god.
That's not it's fantastic.
It's not an Oscar-worthy
Don't get
film?
me wrong. No, I wouldn't say that. I would not say that. I would just say that for me it was like, wow, that was a great movie. Okay, I'm hungry. What are we doing next? Like
It didn't like make you feel much after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when I mean this is just me, but when I leave a theater and I just saw a film that was like, really riveted me, I leave that theater for the next couple of days, at least for the next couple of hours. I am thinking about that, and I'm drawing. I'm connecting
That's how
the
I
dots.
feel with Black Panther.
Yeah,
I'm still talking about
I can't
it.
wait to see it.
I was gonna see it again yesterday, but I thought my nails getting done was a little
Oh,
more important.
Let me see.
They look good now.
Damn.
Girl.
I love that color. I love that color.
Thank you.
Those are fresh.
Thank you.
But yeah, Lady Bird was great. It just wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
But I think you should say it.
Okay. I'll take your word for
Yeah,
it.
that's what I think.
All right, awesome. So our last segment of the show is called Unpopular Opinions. And you just give an unpopular opinion.
Kind of did, but I can try.
You can give another one.
Can I rustle
I have
up another one?
This is technically my 11th or what episode is this? 12? One of the two. 12th unpopular opinion, but I've given several intermittently. Okay. I do have one today. Okay. So I don't even know how to say it. It's not bad. Mint chocolate things are not that good to me.
Oh, no.
I don't think, for me, it's like, say you just brush your teeth and then you ate like chocolate. That's what it reminds me of every time.
Oh,
like,
no, it's not like that.
To me, it's to me.
It's
like, I don't
totally, I
like
understand.
York peppermint patties have always been trash to me.
Those are so good.
Thin Mints, forget it. Garbage. Sorry. They're not the best Girl Scout cookie. Everyone needs to stop.
Everyone knows that Samoas are the best girls.
No! Ew, Samoas are even worse.
What are you
I don't
gonna say
like
then?
coconut, so I'm like, ew, Samoas are trash.
Wait,
Do-si-dos are trash.
What's left then?
I like they used to be called All Abouts. I don't know what they're called anymore. They're
Which
like
one is
shortbread on the top, chocolate on the bottom.
Okay, those are pretty good.
There's also a new one.
Are you a big shortbread fan?
I do like shortbread. And I think it's because
do I have a surprise for you?
There's shortbread in there?
Maybe.
Okay, what kind of shortbread?
Homemade. I'll give you one after the show.
Okay,
I can't
perfect.
wait. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I didn't make them, but
there's a new Girl Scout cookie that's like s'mores. That's trash because the chocolate is like obviously artificial. Like I think it's because
don't they all have to be like? Isn't there like a new thing? It has to be like organic or gluten free or one of the many things that
I wouldn't be
are
surprised.
around now.
That's probably why that tastes so bad.
Yeah,
because it's like obviously fake plastic chocolate.
Ooh.
But for me, like mint chocolate things, I just think it's gross. Most mint flavored things, if it's not like an actual mint, I'm like, why are we doing this? Like there's
like something that you would put in your mouth after eating a garlic bread
like
thing.
ew, like who
like
wants,
an icebreaker.
Yeah,
like
who would want? Okay, this is another thing. Shamrock shakes from McDonald's, also trash.
I don't think I've had one of those since high school.
Those are disgusting. I remember people in high school used to go bananas over them.
I
I'm
do
like,
too.
I'm like, really?
Raritan High School went nuts over that.
Fuck Raritan High School. Honestly, I think about that place and how much I hate it like regularly.
It was definitely
An experience.
I look back at my high school years and I'm like, wow. There was a lot of good stuff going on, but there was also a lot of really bad stuff going on.
I think I'm still the same, like, ugh. I was in high school, like, I didn't care about that place, and then I don't care now.
Yeah.
Like, I think I only went back to be, like, with my dancers, because the studio that I taught at always has their show at Raritan.
You guys
I would,
were
like,
so
go
great.
through the door and be like, ugh, here we go again. Like, it's just, ugh.
It's a pit feeling, for sure.
It's so weird. Like, all those feelings of just not wanting to be there just come right back. But in high school, I still the top dancer. Don't get it twisted. And
she was fantastic.
And then I also...
For everyone out there, you were great.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had my own little like segment on the morning announcements where I talked about music. So I'm glad that manifested.
Guys, this was in the making. This was in the making.
Raritan saw it first. Hashtag Raritan saw it first.
That's awesome. Wow, I totally remember you being on there now.
Yeah, I like had my it was the TV production class, and we started doing like morning announcements as we got better equipment. And I
remember when they used to be on that phone thing. Do you remember literally in the office? It was just like,
good morning, Raritan High School.
Wow,
this is Miss Rafter.
That was atrocious.
It is.
But it was so much better when they got
like this. Yeah, we got like projectors and we got better equipment. And I was in first period TV production, and my TV production teacher was like, "Oh, we're gonna start doing more like on the morning announcements." And I'm like, oh, I have an idea. And then I did my music show. I talked about all kinds of stuff. And then I'm like, this is so cool. And now look at me doing that thing.
I love this thing. This is
but
a cool
yeah,
thing.
Long story short, mint chocolate stuff is nasty. And mint, when it's not like an actual mint, is nasty too.
Wow.
So Shamrock Shakes, Thin Mints.
I have to agree to disagree with you
Yorks
on that.
and yeah, just nasty.
I can agree with you on Shamrock Shakes. That's nasty.
Yeah, I mean, it's McDonald's.
But I love Thin Mints, Jana.
It's just...
love my Thin Mints.
It's just... No. There's another, like, mint... Oh, mint chocolate chip ice cream is not that great either.
I love it.
It's just, like... It's just... I don't want to be... Ice cream is cold already. It's like just overpowering that mint. It just
I hear
don't
you.
need it.
I hear
It's
you.
just so unnecessary. And I think that that's my unpopular opinion. Sorry about it.
It's okay. I'm just gonna go get me some mint chocolate chip ice cream after this and be like,
I mean, like I'll eat it. It's just not my favorite.
true.
Oh, I remember at my college they had the nastiest mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Well, if you get bad mint chocolate chip ice cream,
it just
is
ruins
gross.
your whole time.
Because it tastes like a freaking shamrock shake, and that's just
Shammy
you can taste
shakes.
the blue dye number.
It's just
whatever.
nasty.
It's gross. It tastes like artificial crap. But if you do it right,
But if you do it right,
it's also a great accent to like other flavor. Like
no,
like I'm a big fan of like going to a ice cream shop, which I don't do that often. I never really crave ice cream.
I
Isn't
do.
that weird?
Like every single day.
If I see ice cream, then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah. But like, it's never like.
You have a separate stomach for ice cream. Like you always find room in your tummy to like eat ice cream.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Once I'm eating the ice cream and the ice cream is in front of me, it is all bets are off.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Wow. Good question.
Wow, emotional complexity. I just
I'm just a chocolate fan in general. So
see. I think that's why, because I just I don't like
things that are
chocolate.
chocolate. Like, forget about it. If you you know what it is? Any type of coffee chocolate mix for me. Like throw some brownies or some type of fun thing in an ice cream, and then I usually accent it with some like
coffee
flavored ice cream.
Oh.
And then, you know what? If I'm feeling real nuts, I'll
If I'm
put some
feeling-
mint chocolate chip on top of it.
No,
And just to gross you out.
Oh,
No, I'm
oh
just
my
kidding.
God.
No, but definitely chocolate and its friends. And friends.
Chocolate and
Chocolate and
friends.
friends.
Chocolate and its associates.
It's associates. Chocolate and sun. I don't know if that was that funny, but
Kind of was.
I always thought it was so funny, like that PC Richard
And son.
Like,
I wonder what
I
the
don't get
son's
it.
like. I wonder
what's
what
his
he's about.
story? I'm gonna write a play about that kid.
He's just like maybe just like a down on his luck kid.
Yeah. What if he is?
They gave him like a buffalo nickel and there's like, go
Yeah.
kill it, kid. Live your
And
dreams.
son. Wow. Imagine
And
just
son.
being the end son of someone.
Oh my God. Okay, that reminds me of there's a show out called Our Cartoon President.
I just saw an ad for
Oh
that.
my God, it's so funny. There's a whole episode.
They're really going there.
It's so funny. There's an episode about how like Eric Trump just like sucks and he's the booger of the family and how he like he's trying to be like he is. And if it's not Tiffany, it's Eric. Sorry. So the whole episode they make Eric try to be like a Trump stunt double and they're like, "Oh, we're so proud of you." Like he's doing something worthwhile. Cuz he just sucks.
Yeah.
It was just really funny. Oh man. God. But what's your unpopular opinion?
Oh my God. I don't know. Oh wow. It just came to me.
Oh God, what is it?
It just came to me. Okay, here it goes. I am not a huge fan of South Park.
Oh my God. Okay, thank you.
It's
not that good.
It's just like, what did I just talk about? It's just like, I don't remember what we were talking about before, but it's like, if it's on, it's like ice cream for me. Like if it's there and I am like, and everyone in the room is watching it, I'll sit there and I'll watch it and I'll be like, wow, this is really funny. Like this is good writing. Like,
oh, the writing is superb.
Parker and Stone,
yeah.
like they're fantastic. But I'm never gonna.
But it's
be
like not. I'm gonna sit here
and wait to get home
and watch
so I can watch
South Park.
South Park. Like
Yeah.
I will never say those words. But
I just thought it was always so like, while the writing is good, it's so like crude for no reason.
it's so crude.
Like I remember
But that's
there
the
was
whole
one
shtick.
episode about. Dang, I can't remember. I can't remember it, but I remember it was just
All of them?
ridiculous for no reason. I think it had to do with like a mentally disabled person, and I'm
Yeah.
like, now this is not funny to me. It's
Yeah,
just like
'cause, I mean, like,
crude and
it's-
cruel.
Some of the shit that they do is really, really like upsetting to certain people, and I can totally understand why. But to, some people that really makes them happy.
I mean, I always see the tail end of it when Broad City is on.
Yeah.
Because Broad
Oh.
City comes on after it, and I'm like,
I
oh,
love
I have
Broad
to watch
City.
the last 2 seconds of South
This
Park. I'm
crap.
pissed.
Yeah, but I guess that I'm trying to think. I definitely have more.
Because it's still been on. It's been on forever.
Oh, it's one of
like,
the longest
still
running
so popular.
animated things. Yeah, for sure.
It's like next to like Simpsons and like the SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Man, SpongeBob is a classic.
SpongeBob is a classic. I remember when that was like a new show. We were
like wee lasses and lads.
We were children, and
I think it came out like 1999.
Maybe
Oh my
definitely
God.
the late 90s. And I remember being like, in my little kid brain, I remember being like, that's stupid. And here I am, like, there's a Broadway musical, and I
was
wanna
thinking
go see
about
it.
going to see that.
I heard it's actually good.
They have like
It's-
$45 tickets.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I might be able to get you cheaper tickets.
Oh shit!
So
let's go see SpongeBob.
We'll make it happen.
I heard it's very good too.
I heard it's entertaining.
U2 wrote the music and like a bunch of other rock bands. Yeah.
Whoa.
Like I know there's like a song written by like Brendan Urie.
Whoa.
Who is a national treasure, by the way.
Yeah.
I saw him in Kinky Boots.
Really?
That boy.
You know, I still
can
haven't seen Kinky Boots.
Sing. Oh my god! Like I knew that Brendan Urie could sing, but I feel like when you're on Broadway and you're singing, it's completely different from being in the studio. And he can sing.
Yeah.
Like Brendan Urie can sing. Wow.
I just saw Hamilton for the first time. Years
I'll never
after.
see that ever
Yeah, you
because I
will.
don't have money or
I mean,
patience.
I got real lucky. I got real lucky. But it is so freaking cool.
Did you see Book of Mormon? Speaking of South Park,
No, I haven't.
Neither have I.
But I hear
I
that's
heard it's
awesome
wonderful.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that's amazing. My sister just saw it.
But yeah. My sister just saw it too.
Wow, and our sisters are in the same grade.
Oh my god! Look at that. I
I'm
feel
gonna-
like they're friends.
They probably are.
I wouldn't be.
I feel like our sisters are like the kind of people who would be friends with everyone. I don't know. I'll call her after this and I'll be
You're
like,
like, "Do you know-"
By the way,
What do you
so
think?
what's up? I was just on a show.
Yeah, South Park is just. I don't
Not
know.
my fave.
The only episode I remember enjoying, they did like a Jerry Springer spinoff, and there's like this fat little child. She's like, "Whatever, I'll do what I want," and that's like the whole thing. That's like the only episode I remember.
That was a really good
enjoying.
impression of-
Whatever, I'll do what I want, and that's like the best episode I saw, and I quote that to this day. It's hysterical.
That was really good. I'm
I'll
like,
do what I want.
yeah. I was gonna say, do it one more time, please.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do remember that.
I don't think I have any more. I think that's like
They're all gonna come to me as soon as we cut.
I think I've done
And-
enough damage for one day
Yeah.
with my mint chocolate hate.
Yeah,
But
even chocolate hate.
that was all for And Friends with Janet Jefferson. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JNA Jefferson, and then follow the show on Instagram at And Friends Podcast. And don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes, the podcast app, and Google Play, where you can stay up to date on new episodes when they become available. And if you'd like to be a guest host on the show, like our friend Dan, hit me up at andfriendsguest@gmail.com, and we'll keep in touch. Extreme thanks to my guest host for today, Dan English, for being incredible. Do you have
Oh,
anything to
guys.
promote?
I wish I could
Plug your show.
plug the show, but I can't yet,
But
legally.
it's all good.
Um,
Or I would be out.
but y'all can follow me on Instagram at Darn English. That would be pretty cool.
Darn
And
English.
Darn English, yeah, that Darn English. He just
Did you ever
really-
see That Darn Cat? Am I the only one that's seen that?
You know who I think told me about that, and then I never looked at it? Shanna.
Okay.
Sorry,
I'll
Shanna.
go watch That Darn Cat with her.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for having me on the show. This is fantastic. I love what you guys are doing.
Thanks. Of course. So before the show like officially ends, to like preface this, last year, since we were all like living in Trump's America for the first time and it was scary. I'm sorry I like gave you
okay.
like a heart attack.
I was just listening to a different podcast on the way here, and it was just, it's atrocious. What I just heard was
But
terrifying.
what we did last year, we would give like an FU to Donald before the show ends. But now that we're a little bit more like long in the tooth in Trump's America, we get it. We know how to deal with it. It's like kind of like a rash. Like we know how to deal with it now that we've been like living with it for
Yeah.
as long as we have.
You can, put the anti-itch
a
cream
little ointment on it and just like let it sit and just let it be. But now we do like a what he should do instead of tweeting, like a little like a positive.
I
kind
love
of thing.
that. Okay.
So instead of tweeting, this week I think that Donald Trump should get off Twitter and enact some stricter gun control laws
I was just about
and
to say
stop
that.
being a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Because what he's doing right now, jumping around the issue, blaming the children, blaming the school for what happened in Florida is not right. And then he's like, "Oh no, it's the FBI didn't pay attention to him because they were so busy paying attention to me in this fake Russia probe." Like,
That's
first
disgusting.
of all, this Russia probe is not fake because everyone keeps getting fired and getting in trouble for lying about it. So you're an idiot.
I just listened to yesterday's episode. I'm one day behind. Yesterday's episode of The Daily, the New York Times podcast, and it's terrifying what is going on in terms of how intense Russia was involved. Anyway, I think that we should support the walkout, the school walkout.
Oh, absolutely.
I think if there's anything that I want to throw into the end of the show, it's if I was still in high school, I think everyone should walk out and until this shit's fixed. So.
Absolutely. Did you see the speech that that young girl gave? Well, she wasn't a young girl. She was a teenage girl who was, I think she might have been shot at the school, but she survived.
Wow.
And she gave like a whole big thing about how like this is BS and people need to start listening to millennials and younger people because we do know what's going on, but no one's listening to us because of our age. That's kind of like why I did this podcast, but at the same time, it's not about me right now. It's about the kids.
No, absolutely.
But she was very powerful. And she
definitely
gave me chills. Her name was, can't remember her name, but I'll look it up. She was so strong and just the conviction that she spoke with really spoke to me. And I think that people really need to start listening to young people because we're inheriting this bullshit and it's not right, but we are paying attention because we have no choice. Her name is Emma Gonzalez. And she was really, really awesome. But
I'm gonna take a look at that as soon as we finish.
It's like a 7-minute long speech, and she's a hero, an American hero. But yeah, that's what he should do instead of tweeting. Fix that. Fix those gun control laws. Make them a little bit strict. Not a little bit. A lot bit stricter.
Totally
so
needs to be revamped.
These sort of issues don't happen.
It should not be happening. There were so many red flags.
Exactly.
It's embarrassing, and it's tragic.
All these different, like he had all these different Instagram pages with like pictures of these guns, and he was writing on YouTube comments about how he's going to be a school shooter. Like what?
It's despicable.
And all these people saying that there's people watching you through the webcam in your laptop and you can't like.
The writing was on the wall.
It's stupid. This is stupid. It's so dumb. And then people are worrying about his like political affiliation and blah. It doesn't matter. He's a school shooter. He killed innocent people, and this needs to stop. Yep. And that's plain, simple, point blank, period. Let's go eat some mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yes! I have shortbread for you.
Oh, yeah, shortbread. But that is all for And Friends. Oh, my God, guys, guess what? We have another episode next week so we don't have, like, another break. But that's like, this is, like, the last time. Then we're having a break because, like, your girl needs a break. You hear the laughter?
I did.
But
Someone thinks it's really funny that you need a break.
Same. I do need a break. But yeah, tune in next week because we got some more fun to be had. So later. Bye.
Thanks, guys.